In this video on Objective 3.4, we'll find the measurements of figures having been given the perimeter or the area of the figure. So in this first example, we have a triangle here with a given area. It says 35 inches squared. But I noticed that in the figure it says 5 centimeters here. I'm going to go ahead and make that inches. And that's 5 inches. Okay, so we are given the area of a triangle. So I like to write that formula first. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Now they told me that the area is 35 inches squared. So I will substitute that in for the area here. Instead of A, I'll write 35 inches squared. Now that has to be equal to 1/2 times the base, which is represented by this R here, times the height, which will be 5 inches. So now I have just one unknown, one variable R that I can solve for. So then you'll just use all your algebra know-how. I see the radius, or the R, the variable R, is being multiplied by 1/2. So I want to undo that by, I'll just multiply both sides by 2. And then on the left side, looks like I'll have 70 inches squared. And on the right-hand side, 1/2 times 2 is 1. So I'll have R times 5 inches. So to isolate this variable R, I'm going to divide both sides by 5 inches. And in this case, 70 divided by 5 is 14. And inches squared divided by inches is inches to the first power. So 14 inches equals R, which means this base dimension is 14 inches. That must be the case if the height is 5 inches and the area is 35 inches. Okay, now on the next example, we're given the circumference of a circle, and we're asked to find the area. So let's see, circumference is 2 pi r. You could use pi times diameter, but I like 2 pi r because I'll end up solving for radius instead of diameter, and I know I need radius in the area formula. Recall, area of a circle is pi r squared. So you really need the radius dimension for area of a circle. So the circumference formula says circumference is equal to 2 times pi times radius. Now in this example, the circumference is 24 pi inches. So I'm going to put that in the place of the C. 24 pi inches equals 2 pi r. So now the only unknown is radius, and that's what I'll need to find the area in a moment. Okay, so I've got 24 pi inches on one side and I've got 2 times pi on the other. Why don't I divide both sides by 2 pi? 24 divided by 2 is 12. Pi divided by pi is 1. So I have 12 inches equals the radius. Great. So now I can use that in area. Area equals pi times the radius squared. 12 inches squared is, let's see, pi times 12 squared is 144 inches squared, written inches squared. So the area is going to be 144 pi inches squared.